But to me, before I start worrying, if I'm a politician, before I start worrying about making an example and virtue signaling to the Chinese government of all places, okay? Because you know, the Chinese government is going to look and go, oh, look what Canada's doing, we better get on board, right? And in case your listeners didn't know, or didn't pick up that note of sarcasm in my voice, let me make sure that they understand I was being sarcastic. Instead of doing this, I mean, really, why are we not focused on ensuring that every Canadian has access to clean drinking water?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, that's not a small project.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a big project that's going to take time and it's going to take money.
Mm-hmm. Another would be cleaning up the Ottawa River. I mean, I can remember taking our children to Britannia Beach, and we had to sterilize their toys with Javex afterwards because they all smelled like a sewer. And certain times of the year, you can't swim in the Ottawa River. So while they're debating the possible future of climate change, going right by the House of Commons is in many cases a river that's filthy.
And how many people are getting sick because of that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So to me, our priorities are all screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you know, the funny thing is, even if everything that the alarmists are saying is true, I would still be making these same arguments because they make sense for us in Canada.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I elect a Canadian government. I pay taxes in Canada. I feel bad for everybody else in the world that may be suffering from higher temperatures. Okay, but there's nothing I can do about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and also, you know, I think the bottom line is we have to also focus on having enough wealth to have the resources to protect the environment, because you've heard of the Kuznets curve, which shows that as the development of countries increase, at first, environmental degradation also increases. But there is a point at which you become wealthy enough to care about the environment. So we need to maintain sufficient wealth to be resilient to climate change, to be able to protect the environment. And that, of course, is part of the package. And so listeners will be glad to hear that ICSC Canada is focused on promoting this idea directly with politicians, showing them that it's a win-win-win proposition to promote a Made in Canada, beneficial program to Canadians, adaptation-focused climate plan. And that is indeed our objective, to show the government, to show the opposition, to show parties at all different levels of government how a Made in Canada adaptation plan is the way to go for their own benefit and for the country. So, Joseph, thanks so much for being my guest today. That was really fun. Go ahead.
Real pleasure, Tom.
Yeah, okay.
As always.
Okay, well, thanks, Joseph. So this is Tom Harris signing out from Exploratory Journeys. Tune in next week for another interesting episode of our show.